All right, we got Team 49 representing the National Guard. Team 49 is in second place as of this morning in the 40th Annual Best Ranger Competition. Team 40 is on the other live stream on Facebook Live. So if you go to Facebook Live, you want to watch Team 40, you can. If you want to stick here for Team 49, the second place team who's chasing down 40, then you can stay here on the YouTube Live here at the Best Ranger Competition site. So right now they're just pre-staging. They're getting set to a kind of central point, clearly showing that the Prusik works. Once they're there and they're set, Ranger instructor will say, all right, 3, 2, 1, begin. Both these competitors are from Team 40. We're at the Warrior Training Center here in Fort Moore. Time began. It's a 40-foot tower. 40-foot tower all the way up for the Prusik. They're on the clock the whole time. Once they get up to the top of the Prusik, they're then going to switch over to the rappel down, and they're then going to conduct the obstacle course. Team 40, as a team, did the Prusik in 37 to 40 seconds. That's between both partners.
Yeah, because they rappel down.
We're at 40 seconds time now for Team 49. Team 49 representing the National Guard. Team 49 is Captain Tanner Potter, Sergeant First Class Michael Brown. Both have experienced the competition before, to include 8th place finish. So that experience is great and definitely helps push them up. All right, we're at a minute for partner 1 to get to the left side. Partner 2 on the right, still working that problem. This is a Prusik climb where you are tied in via ropes to a rope, and then you're moving out. All right, he sat down, so he's at a minute 25. So I'm just this alone, between them and Team 40, they're approximately 45 seconds behind on just the Prusik aspect. So now it comes down to the rappel and burning it down on the obstacle course. As we get here on the last day, it's very hard to move any kind of ranking except for maybe one spot, just because all these teams worn down. They got about 60 miles plus on their bodies. And generally, you're going to compete within your cohort. So the top 3 teams are kind of always going to be near each other as far as times. Same goes for like teams 4th through 7th place, 8th through 10th, 11th through 14th. So on the last day, day 3 of the Best Ranger competition, the best teams are going to move is maybe up or down 2 spots. So they're still on the clock right now. This is a mandatory transition time. They're going to change out their Prusik ropes, throw them out, and now they're going to tie into their harness that's in their front. And then they're going to lock in as they begin the rappel down. So they're just going to rappel down. As soon as they rappel down, we begin the obstacle course. They're still on the clock right now. And same thing for Team 40 when they were up there. They allowed the same kind of longer transition time, so shouldn't be anything crazy as far as adjusting or hurting their overall time. All right, they're set in the L position. Set in the L position. This is probably an admin pause to correction. Go. All right, their clock had restarted. So they're on the clock for the rappel. They're rappelling down. They're going to run towards us, and they're going to begin their obstacle course. Team 49, representing the National Guard, currently in second place, trying to chase down Team 40. Team 49 was approximately 35 to 40 seconds slower on the Prusik, but 49 could absolutely pick it up here on the obstacle course. We're at the Warrior Training Center here, located at Fort Moore, Georgia, near Harmony Church, just off Jamestown Road. There you go, 49.
Got it.
All right, run across over. You got the ranger instructor that's going to follow them the whole way. They're going to grade them on every obstacle. For every obstacle, they get up to 2 attempts. If one partner fails an obstacle, that's a 3-minute penalty added to their overall time. So obviously first goal is clean, no penalties. Second goal is fast. First obstacle, skyscraper. Skyscraper is a 20-foot tower. Difficulty of this one is follow the arrows. There are arrows pointed on every part of the wall on the inside. So when competitors get there, all they gotta do is just follow the arrows. Sometimes you're moving a little bit too fast, you're a little bit tired, you do not follow the arrows. That's the biggest event we're gonna see where you get like a hack or a penalty for not following the arrows. You and your partner have trained for this, you know what to expect. Follow the gosh darn arrows. And they did it. Thanks for the great coverage. Well, we crushed Facebook Live yesterday. Well done, well done. That's what I always hold my breath on. It's like watching golf. Better than the Masters. Whew, well done. One of the clear rules this year is they got to stay on the rocks. They're not allowed to walk on any of this part of the sides here. So that was a rule added to this year's task conditions standards brief, that you will walk on the rocks or run on the rocks the whole time. No running on any kind of wood or sidewalk portion. All right, this is the inverted rope descent. Back in the day, you used to be able to slide down. Now we have a little bit different standard that we have to do. Notice he's got a good leg position. Hands first. Touch the rope, he's good to go. Second partner's going. Oh, burning down. He said, my hands are fine. I got a good balance. The second partner cannot begin the next obstacle until the first partner finished the obstacle prior. It's the Tarzan. Tarzan here at WTC, the Warrior Training Center. A little bit easier than the one at Camp Darby. Camp Darby's got some nasty, thick wooden rungs that have like they're slippery. These ones are metal pipes, so a little bit better, but still hard when you have 60 plus miles in your body and you gotta do this. Fine motor movements can become difficult when you're exhausted. Belly buster. Bust that belly, get over. Now the reverse climb. So you're gonna reverse climb up, and then you're gonna go down head first, using your hands to slowly guide yourself down. They're at 9 minutes, 22 seconds, no penalties. Hip hip, hip hip, hooray, hip hip. So this one's in no hands. Cannot use your hand. You're just hipping over. It's a good time to get your breath. Yep, pump them legs up high, get them knees high. Team 49, representing the National Guard. Both on their second competition have completed 8th place in the past. National Guard teams are known as a powerhouse in the competition. They have a great training plan. They do an excellent job of working on the skills. It often puts them in that top 5 position for every Best Ranger competition. This is a dirty name, sometimes known as the tough one. It's called the dirty name because that last jump, people say bad words because they're mad. Because it can be a very frustrating obstacle, especially for your shorter folk out there. All right, this is the tunnel. Basically, it's got a bear crawl, 4 points contact as you move out. Now you got the 6 vaults. 6 vaults, you can use your hands. You are authorized to use your hands. One, two, good rhythm. 1, 2, nice hat. Like hear that hop? That's somebody clearly who's trained a lot and just knows the rhythm, especially on that obstacle. This obstacle course is tough here at the Warrior Training Center because that gravel and those pebble rocks, man, it's like running through a deep sand. You know you can sprint, but add that into it, oh, kicks your butt. All right, wall. Approaching the low crawl. Super cool event on day 3 too, here at the Warrior Training Center, because all the family members are out here watching, supporting you. They're walking right next to you, giving you the words of advice, bumping you up, telling you to keep going faster, fight harder, be stronger than any other Ranger and every other team. Let's go. Words of encouragement. You're in 2nd place. Keep going. This is the swing, stop, jump. You're gonna swing, you're gonna stop, you're gonna jump. Right now they're clean on the obstacle course. Here's the island hopper. This one, oh. Steady. Take it easy, don't gotta rush.
There you go. There you go.
Well done. Great job.
Looking good, Michael. Looking good.
Here we go. This is the tough one. Tough one's a mandatory no-fail task for air assault school. So if you want to go to air assault school, get your air assault wing, you have to be able to pass this one, or you cannot go to air assault school. Just take off my jacket real quick. Getting a little toasty. It was 59 degrees, about 60 now. Overall time right now for them in the course is 13:13. That included the administrative time of them being up for the Prusik. .49 is trying to put up great time to beat 40. 49's goal now for the rest of the day is whatever 40 does, Team 40 does, they're going to do a second better. That's their goal all day. Because they need to beat 40. And I'd say 4 of the 5 events today in order to have a chance to raise the pistols and be crowned the Best Ranger team. So we got the confidence climb here. Gonna have some confidence and climb up. Go all the way up to the top. Keep that 3 points of contact. This one's super nice because there's not a large gap between any of them. They're all uniform throughout.
Pretty high, ain't it?
Boom. All right, the Weaver.
Let's go, Brown. Get on that thing. Let's go.
This Weaver is a wooden square weaver. So the weaver blocks are square opposed to circular like a log. So it can be a little bit rough on your body. Whenever you're training for the best ranger competition, the bumps and bruises absolutely come from this obstacle right here called the Weaver. Mike's up top, Sergeant Brown. Notice again, first partner, they can go ahead and run to the next obstacle, but they cannot begin it until their partner has completed this obstacle. Great support here from the National Guard families, supporters, coaches. They got a lot. So it's the high step over, no hands. Yeah, square beams on the Weaver. Gosh darn brutal on your body. Circle beam, it's reasonable. Like you can maintain and get through it, you'll be fine. Wood one, every wooden corner is just smashing you, beating down your body. Oh, this is called a high step over, no hands. Ranger instructor to help out, make them more fluid, is moving forward whilst grading them. This one goes into the low belly over. Low belly over, much easier than the dirty name because you only have one jump opposed to a jump balance jump.
Job, Brown.
Yeah, so that was smooth. This is the easy balance. Not so easy when you got 60 miles in your body. Here's the commando crawl. This is Slamkowski and Blanchard's special. One of the most viral clips ever came from this obstacle 3 years ago. Well done. Great job, Sergeant Brown. They're at 17 minutes and 22 seconds. They just got to touch that black and yellow. Perfect. And now on to the sprint. All right, so they got a 200-meter sprint. They're out of the gravel. They no longer got to fight that battle. They're onto pavement. And they are working purely on going the hardest possible. Oh, finish line's there. Done. All right, so that was the finish line. They had no penalties confirmed from the ranger instructor. They're just being escorted to the finish line with a time to stop, and they're good to go.
I'm guessing there's a corral down there for you guys. You should be able to drive.
Okay, good to know. Years past, the last 2 years they've done that, they've actually run 200 meters all the way through the building. So kind of a relief if you're a competitor this year, if you're just finishing the obstacle course and you're just done right there. All right, this is the next event. So we go up here. Team 10. Third place team. Team number 10. Team 10. Got his partner from last year cheering him on, who took second place with him.
There you go, Logan.
Logan Story. Logan Story finished second place last year. His partner finished 12th place 2 years ago. So this is a team with both competitors who have previous experience. They're currently in third place. They're definitely moving faster than Team 49, just based off of how the way comparing them after watching both. Communicated partner there, be like, hey, don't step on my foot, don't step on my hand, right? Last thing you want, somebody step on your hand. It's Team 10, currently in third place. They are moving faster than Team 49. So unless their Prusik time was just much slower than, let's say, minute 30, they probably will beat 49 on this individual, unless there's any barring penalties that we may or may not see here. Hip, hip, no hands.
Good job, Logan. Stretch it out, stretch it out.
That combat photographer on the ground in the prone taking that shot, man. He's got that tough lighting though. He's gonna have to adjust his shutter speed, f-spot, or his ISO, you know, for you camera nerds out there.
Go get him, go get him.
Logan's doing a good job, no hands. Notice, same thing, great technique. The first partner is getting ahead. Running through those rocks is like sand. Well done. This is the dirty name. Called the dirty name because people say dirty words and dirty names when they're trying to jump from the second one to the third one. You just gotta commit. If you can commit to your hip going above that, you're gonna be fine. Logan's all good. See, for this one, like, you think and know you can sprint, but these rocks that the warrior train's gonna, makes it that much harder. It's like running through sand. Here's a tunnel crawl. This is 6 vault. You can use your hands. You're authorized to use your hands. Behind Team 10, trail partner, Logan Story. Front partner, Captain Chandler Ramirez. Logan Story's team last year finished second place. Chandler Ramirez, team 2 years ago, took 13th place. Or correction, last year took 13th place. This team representing the 7th Infantry Division. When you're on a team where a competitor's competed before, super helpful. Definitely increases your chances of finishing. When you have a team where both of you have competed before, especially near the same time of years, you absolutely have a huge advantage, and your goal is winning at a minimum top 3, which is exactly where they are right now. Most you can pack away today is 1 to 2 places. Logan's focusing on his breathing right here, you can tell. Very controlled. He's grinding through. Notice as he was running, he was actually keeping his elbows up and keeping his wrists out of the sand. I remember that being his competitor. When that sand starts getting into your wrist, down your OCP top, oh, no bueno.
Good.
Swing, stop, jump. You can do it. You can do it. I don't know, bro. Take your time.
Control.
Take your time. Control.
Breathe.
It's like master's golf right here. Easy. Yep, you don't gotta rush it. No reason to get a silly penalty for the out.
Go.
All right, to the tough one.
Easy run.
It's a great shot of the families, coaches, supporters, cheering on, their parents, spouses, best Rangers. Let's go. 10. Matthew Francis says, let's do it. 7th Infantry Division, rocking. They're definitely moving faster than 49. Their goal is they need to beat 49 and 40. That's their head is. Every event, we need to beat 49 and 40. Every points, they're going to need it if they want to move up one place, if they want to have a chance at moving up to first place.
We got Coach Jimmy over here.
Not only is it super cute that the little kids are cheering them on, but it's also their parents. And they keep reminding them that they can do it. Hey, if you can't be here in person, you got the live stream. But if you can be, whew, you'll be inspired and in awe with the abilities they're able to perform, knowing that they got 60 miles in their body right now. They can absolutely push your body to the limit.
Get him, go get him. Go, go, go. Good job, Chandler.
Is that confidence climb?
Come on, Logan. One more.
Each wooden bar is like about 4 feet between each other.
One more.
This one is the top. Some other confidence climbs, like the one at Camp Darby, you're only going to go to the second to top one, right?
Good job.
Another great point in this competition right now is notice partners. You're going to have one partner sometimes in an event who's absolutely dominating, and maybe one partner who's just like taking their time a little bit more. That's fine. You guys are each have your ups and downs at each lanes. Just know that you're going to have that moment where you might be the partner who's just needs to push a little bit harder, and that's fine. As long as you all working together, working through it, you train for this moment, keep pushing yourselves, be technically safe and correct. All right, here's the weaver. We've mentioned before the weaver. These weavers are square blocks, way more difficult than the circular blocks. Circular blocks, you can basically swim your bodies through each individual spot. You don't really have to hook yourself. Because you have the wooden blocks, you have to hook your elbows, knee notches, heels,
Good job.
in every single weave, which adds to a lot of bruising on your body. It also just makes this weaver obstacle a little bit slower.
You're doing great.
Fastest I've ever seen me do the weaver when it was the circular logs is 32 seconds. That's a Major Will Fuller on the 82nd Airborne.
One more.
With the wooden pegs, though, I think that same competitor who could do it in 32
Okay,
seconds
you're at the top.
would have to do it in like a minute 10. Like it slows you down that much having these wooden peg weavers. They can beat down your body. What was the total time for 40 and Team 49? So the only way you can know that for sure, Rob, is you'd have to go over to the Facebook Live, watch Team 40 go. You can see where they start the Prusik, see where they end the obstacle course. And then 49 for me on this stream, I started them and they ended at, I think, 17:45. I wasn't tracking that the finish line was actually the end of this rope obstacle. So it was about 17:45. And then because I picked these guys up during the Tarzan, I can't tell you the exact time that they started. We got one stream going, live stream, focusing on Facebook, which is currently around the tower area. And then I'll be bouncing around between teams that are here on the obstacle course. High step over, no hands. Ranger instructor walks with him the entire time, grading him.
Use it like a stretch.
You can tell Logan's definitely got some kind of hip mobility.
Doing great.
He's super tight, probably because he and his partner burned it down last night.
You're doing good.
Last night for night land navigation, you were just told to go from one point to the next point. You don't get to choose the point you're going to. And then in the end, your points are measured as a crow flies on a map, A to B. That's how many points you get. And then you just keep doing that for 7 hours. So during that 7 hours, you can sleep, rest however much you want. You can go whatever pace you want and route you want, except for you cannot walk on roads. You can't be within 100 meters of roads. Otherwise, you get a 500-meter penalty assessed for every violation. All right, low belly over. This competitor watching right here on the backside, Captain Logan Story, he and his partner last year won the night foot march and nightland navigation. So he's experienced with that. So it sounds like they kind of burned it down as well last night.
There you go, easy.
All right, so our last event here, the commando crawl. If you want to know how fast this team went, just know that we started only at the Tarzan. You can go back to the stream where we started, and then you could guesstimate their start time based off 49, Team 49's time.
Logan, let's go. You got it.
Aaron.
Let's go.
Okay, they're running all the way to the 300 meters to the building.
Let's go, Ted.
Competitors here in the holding area, they're going to head over to grueling range next for the next obstacle. All right, so we'll catch you next time on the course. Once again, today they are pushing them through fast. There's minimal to no time between teams. Notice that team, 10. When we came back after that, we went straight to the Tarzan. So this team is approximately one full obstacle behind. So I don't know when they started, but I think because the Ranger instructors are doing a pretty good job of keeping it flowing, you can assume it's probably the same amount of rest time. So my assumption, I don't know, Team 10 is probably moving faster, since when the other Team 49 finished, we turned around, we were at Tarzan. This time we finished, they're one obstacle behind, finishing the inverted rope. All right, Bridge. This is our Team 43 representing the 75th Ranger Regiment. Yep. It's a great coach right there, 75th. Notice he's locked them into, you need to keep breathing. This is our 5th place team. 5th place team because the 4th place team, Team 38, is a couple obstacles ahead of them. Team 43, Sergeant Coy Anderson, Sergeant James DeCoco. Team 38 of Marcos Arroyo and Zachary Williams is back on the tough one. Yeah, Facebook Live, you'll be able to start tracking back on it. And approximately, whenever that Facebook Live stops, you should be able to track back on it and actually watch. This is the 5th place team right now. There's only 16 teams left on day 3. It's, what time is it? 8:47 in the morning. And we've already got 5 teams on the course. Probably the 6th and 7th team are getting ready for Prusik right now. So this course and event is going very fast. It's been a constant theme this year with the Airborne Ranger Training Brigade. They've been doing a great job of keeping the events and competitions moving. There's been minimal rest time. It's been extremely efficient. Negative of that, it makes it difficult to live stream every single team between the 3 of us live streamers, just because there's no like set period, just to keep going, keep rolling. So we're doing the best we can to get everybody. Here's the dirty name. Good job. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Balance. You can balance, and you're allowed to touch that bar above too. That's what I like to do. I like to get up, fall forward, use that front bar just like that, and then I jump. When you do that jump, if you're having trouble with this obstacle, you need to jump as if you're going to get your hip above the bar. If you do that, you're good to go. So we're going to stay with 43 here. Crawl with him a little bit. Once we get to the inverted wall, we're going to bounce across the way to see the 38, Team 38 Airborne Ranger Training Brigade knock out the Weaver. Team 43 representing the 75th Ranger Regiment. Notice all the family support, people pushing them, great form. Like I said, this gravel is almost worse than sand. Every step you think you're just gonna catapult forward, nope. Gravel's like, ain't happening. I will say though, they're moving faster. All right, inverted wall. We're gonna do this inverted wall here. Watch them go to the low crawl. And then we're just gonna push over to Team 38. It's the Airborne Ranger Training Brigade team across the way. As I'm looking over to the left, the 6th place team just entered the obstacle course, and they're about to begin the tough one. Tough one being that first obstacle they gotta complete when they start this obstacle. Or actually, correction, skyscraper is the first one they complete. Get you some better lighting here for the live stream. Team 38, representing the 5th Airborne Ranger Training Brigade Battalion. 5th Battalion is out of Mountain Phase, Dahlonega, Georgia.
There you go. Under. Just drop. In through, come on. Let's go.
Airborne Ranger Training Brigade is known as always an outstanding team. You get some of our best and finest Ranger instructors competing in this competition. Motivating as heck, thinking that these guys are inspiring and creating new leaders every time. This one is a no-hand one. I love this teamwork here. So both partners, not short, they're just a little bit shorter, but that hip is at the 4-foot mark, I'd say. So that was great teamwork to start that obstacle. This hip, high step over is tough. You think it's easy, but when you have 60 miles in your body, like your hip extension, your IT band, you can't get it up and over, especially if you're a little bit shorter. Here we go. This one's simple, low belly over. It's basically the dirty name again, but just the first obstacle, so more forgiving than the dirty name. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that, no hands. Love it. Oh, put them on, Ninja Warrior. Easy balance, this is from the Masters. Slow golf clap. Quiet down. It's okay, steady, steady. Don't move. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Okay, chill. That's up. All right, commando crawl. Blanchard and Slamkowski's favorite viral feat of all time right here. The rope was not slack pulled out. They hurt themselves a little bit in a funny way, not in a sad way. All right, they're just gonna crawl until they hit that black and gold tape. Touched it, good. Same thing, you just slowly push. Black and gold tape, just touch it. His coach is doing an excellent job. His coach is telling him, Arroyo, because you're feeling fresh, you need to get behind him, push his back. Yes, you need to train like this. If you're watching, you want to finish. If you were the slower member, gain some humility. Ego's not your amigo. It is okay that your partner who might be feeling better endurance-wise or just be stronger endurance, let them, sorry, reconnected there. Team 10's one of your fastest teams in the competition. They won the evening foot march, so they are recipients of the Ripatoa Trophy. We ran with them all the way to the finish line. So if you want to do some mathematics, just see how fast or how long it took them to run from the last obstacle to the finish line. And what you can do is you can just assume, once again, assumption's not good for you or me, but you can assume that'll be the fastest time for that event. And then you can just apply that to your favorite team. So team 38, whatever their obstacle time was, add team 10's run time. That's probably gonna be their overall time. So we got team 3 right here. Just finished the inverted rope. Team 3 is gonna run over to Tarzan. We're gonna bounce over here to the Weaver to see team 43 representing 75th Ranger Regiment conduct the Weaver. The old square block Weaver. This morning, the events are going in order. Last night, they asked the first place team after they determined who it was, hey, what order do you want to go? You can go first if you want, or you can go last. So team 40, because they're in first place, was given the option. They made a determination that they were indeed going to be the first team to go. As a result, it then goes in order, first, second, third, fourth, on and on and on. Listen to the coach. Focus them on their technique. Over, under, armpit. Over, under, armpit. That repetitive nature changes when you get to the middle top and you have to go down, post up. And this last one, you just have to hit the ground. You're good to go, baby. Good job. He confirmed with the Ranger instructor, I'm good. RI gave him the clear directions of, yep, you're good to go. Keep moving out. We got 4 more obstacles to go, and then they're gonna have their final sprint. Team 3 is still on the Tarzan right now. Team 3, first partner just completed the horizontal bars. Team 3 just finished second partner horizontal bars. 43 and the high step over. No hands. Yeah, vertical challenge. I mean, if you're 6'1" taller, it ain't that bad. Anything under 6 foot, it's like, come on, man. Why you gotta be discriminating against me like that? It's because of my height. But hey, that's part of the challenge. Rocks going everywhere, hit me in the face. Love it. Well done. So you did a great job. And the intent of that no hands rule is like no hands isn't to propel your body over top. So like if you touch it to steady yourself, you're fine. It's just you can't jump over it like 6 ball. Low belly over, the simpler version. Dirty name. Yep, same concept. So because you know he's over, you can begin that next obstacle. So they're doing a great job of being efficient as partners. Just keep listen to the coach. Masters mode, quiet.
All right, speed at the bottom. Let's go.
Yeah, it's great coaching there too. Man, talk no doing the scary part. All right, so the coach is going ahead. He's getting to the point where he's going to run with them and get that dog in him and tell him to dig deep, run. So that's what coach is doing. Meanwhile, these guys are focused on their last obstacle, the commando crawl. This is going to be a weird moment. We're going to have team 3 and 43 at the same time. Maybe this turns into a fight. I think we have to pull in the old rules of the first annual. They got to fight now. Here comes a fight. Here he comes. Here comes. Oh, no fight. Okay. All right, never mind. Not the sort of cut. My bad. 43 is good. 43 is now going to begin their sprint. And they got to sprint all the way to the end. Now we're going to jump into team 3. 6th place team, team 3. Do a little statage. This is the 1st Infantry Division. So 1st Infantry Division team This is Lieutenant Nathan Nunn, Lieutenant Noah Stewart. I'm gonna give a second for him. Well done. So this is one of the two teams in the competition this year that was not only repeat competitors, but an entire repeat partner team. Last year, they finished in 15th place overall in the 39th annual Best Ranger competition. Right now, they are in 6th place. Also make note too, first ID I think was in about 10th or 11th, and then they jumped up to 6th, so that's a great indicator that they probably did pretty damn good for the night land navigation last night in order to jump up that many places. It also tells you that places like 5th through 10th is going to be actually somewhat mobile today on the last day. It's harder to move up in the standings on this last day because you only have 16 teams who are competing, meaning there's just less teams that are going to give you a buffer to enable you to get more points. That's why day one is the most critical day. Sometimes this is the best moments when you just love having your family here, or friends or loved ones, because they know how to talk to you, how to motivate you. Maybe you don't got it, and he has a partner to like talk to your partner because you're so focused on like the next obstacle. So spectator sport here is huge. 60 miles in your body, your Dunskies. This obstacle is one of the ones where you do not have to worry about touching the steel cables. There's another team right now on the course. It'd be the place team after them. So team, what would that be? Team 27 is on the course right now. They just made it to the Tarzan, so team 27 is moving very fast. Team 27 is another team, 7th place team. They were in like 11th or 12th. And they jumped up to 7th as well. So both these teams, 3 and 27, had a huge jump. That just indicates that their tactical land navigation last night, they did it right. Talking to winners from last year, they said based off these new rules with tactical land nav, their recommendation is dead reckon. So dead reckon we do not recommend in the United States Army. We recommend attack points, paralleling, high avenues approach, but staying within the wood line. But his point was the dead reckoning aspect. That's how you're going to be graded for points. It ensures you're not going to walk on a road. And it also ensures you're not going to get any violations for breaking the rules. Well done. This is another Masters golf moment. Quiet down as the island hop. Oh, clean. Good. Well done. Yeah, he noticed the supporters also got quiet. The island hopper, the log balancer, those are the two that it's like just the easiest to make a silly mistake on. It's a little dewy out here, about 60 degrees. Maybe you get a little bit too confident, feeling a little bit too good about yourself. And then you scuff up just a little bit. Stay on the shade here before you. Team 3. Team 3, 1st Infantry Division. 1st Lieutenant Noah Stewart, 1st Lieutenant Nathan Nunn. They are a repeat team from last year who finished in 15th place, currently in 6th place. If you are a repeat full team, full partner team, that highly increases your chances that you're going to do quite well. And here they are already in 6th place with the opportunity to move up. They've now trained together, if you think about it, for 2 full competitions. So that's probably 6 months to a year of actual training, boots on the ground, late nights, long recovery sessions. You definitely know your partner well. And it's a great indicator if they're able to compete together again, like they actually like each other, right? Sometimes you can irritate each other over time, as you can imagine. Same partner talking to you every single day. But you always have that brotherly bond and that love for each other and that competitive drive to push one another to be better. So if you can handle each other at the end of all that, then be best friends for life.
Go back. Good, go.
Well done, 3. Well done. 3 representing the 1st Infantry Division well. It's a little inside baseball. I've had the pleasure to coach the 1st Infantry Division team 3 times now for then Captain Margette, Mark Gaudette, Captain Tim Nelson, and Devin Miller. First ID has an excellent training program due to the foundations they helped build. And now you have the new generation of lieutenants and Lieutenant Stuart Nunn continuing to carry that torch, push it forward, and burn it down for First ID. So this is motivating and awesome to see a program have such effort put in. Brett, kind of like a marriage. Yeah, you're not kidding. You basically are married. It can be a little bit irritating to spouses when they're like, really? You're gonna go hang out with your best ranger buddy again? And you're like, yeah, we gotta go do a recovery run, sorry. I'll see you for dinner. But as long as your spouse is buying into it and they're okay with it, all's good. Just be communicating, right? Well done. Conference climb, complete. Of all the obstacles that you're gonna see people maybe have a mistake on, it's the Tarzan. It's a balance beam plus the horizontal bars. You have the dirty name, you have the Island Hopper, and then you have this, the Weaver. The Weaver can just be a pain because like you get tired when you're hooking your inside notch, your knee, your heels. Great job by the ranger instructor. Clearly communicated. He knows that these guys are smoked. And that's what you need as a competitor, and you appreciate when you have the ranger instructor who's guiding you. Hey, knucklehead, under, over. And you're like, oh, thank you, appreciate that. They do a great job of modulating the tone of their voice and communicating to you, even though you are just gassed mentally. Push it. So we got 6th place team, team 3 on the course. We have the 7th place team, team 27. Team 27 just made it to the Island Hopper, so 27 is gaining a lot of speed on 3. And then team 44, representing the Ranger Regiment, they just made it on the course and finished the skyscraper, or the balance beam. So the skyscraper, then the balance beam, they finished that. So what we're seeing is because 3 is moving slower, the team behind them is definitely moving past 27. So that is kind of a good indicator that 27 will, at a minimum, beat them on this lane. So you might see 3 drop when next standings come out before grilling. So 3, their focus now is be clean on all the obstacles. There's still plenty of other teams who may not be going as fast. And we'll move out.
All right, let's go.
Got it.
If you want to watch team 44, the other Ranger Regiment team, you can jump over to the Facebook
Go
Live.
team 3.
The other live streamer, Blaine Reeves, he's on them right now as we speak, on the inverted rope. So that's team 44. If you want to watch Sergeant Taylor Arnis, Specialist Jackson Daniels, you can jump over to the Facebook live stream to watch team 44. We're going to lock it down here, though, for team 3 and for team 27. Get after it, First ID. Time to dig deep. It's that warrior mentality you train. That's right. You're right, Joel. Missed that course, but not those rocks. So something old Killian's talking about, they're absolutely right. This obstacle course is pretty awesome. Like, it almost matches the Derby Queen as far as distance and obstacles to the T. The biggest difference, though, are these gosh darn pebble, stone, gravel. It is like walking through sand. I don't care how fast you are. You run a sub 6 minute mile. You get in these gravel stones, you are sinking.
There we go. You're so close. You're so close.
It's like you're in the movie Dune. It's got them sandworms just pulling you down. All right, here we go. Master's quiet. Ready, hold your breath. 3, 2, 1, hold breath now.
Let's go, boys.
Do you think balancing, your feet are crushed by this day? Balancing takes like your entire body to lock it in mentally and go, oh my goodness, look at that.
Come on.
Talk about my favorite competitor. Look at this. Team 3, and you got starting first class, Whitney. Just tore his meniscus and MCL.
You got it.
Was in 2nd place. And he's gosh darn here cheering on a team. It's not even his team. That's the kind of warrior spirit and ranger spirit you get in this competition. Wow.
Come on, Nathan.
Drive the other guy. You guys got a sprint here. Sprint.
Yes.
Go! Let's go!
Sergeant Winnie's absolutely right. He said the same technique. Whoever head coach,
Oh, yeah.
and his biggest memory was when I remember. Yeah, he's like, I remember when we did like a mini competition, and then he made us do a 10-mile long slow distance run, and Batul had like a broken foot.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done. I'm not going anymore. I'm done. So funny stories. Feed was spiraling. Yeah, so we got this awesome 4K Solutions mobile broadcast band thing, and I put it generally in a high ground center point. So when I do get towards the end of the course, I get a little spotty, so I'll try to stay in the middle as best I can. Team 27, representing 2CR. Team 27 made a huge jump from last night, so just tells you they also burned it down for night land navigation last night. Team 27, First Lieutenant Ryer Barnes, Specialist Eric Peterson, both first time competing. I was repeating before, when you watched Sergeant First Class Whitney tore his MCL meniscus, sadly on the second wall jump over. That occurred yesterday, the first event of day stakes. So they were in second place, nipping at the heels of first place. They're an excellent team that can do great on the day stake portion. And sadly, like, catastrophic injury. Like, I can't remember the last time somebody got injured at that point. That was so high and towards the top of the competition before. Commando crawl.
You got it, Ryan. Good job, Dad.
Too bad they didn't let him cheer during Ranger School. You're right. Although I think most Rangers would be a little bit embarrassed by their parents being there cheering them on. They'd be like, Mom, go away. Let me do the Ranger School by myself. I don't need any snacks, but I want them though. We will take them to the finish because 27's looking good. They're getting up here to the finish line, lightening up, digging down deep. They took it to the well last night. Land navigation jumped up a bunch of places. They're moving super fast right now on the obstacle course.
You got it.
One of the faster times we've seen today. Right there, the finish line, they could see it. Last 50 meters, baby. Time. All right, 27 done. Jump into the next team here. Huh. Look at that. Both partners together. Wiring, love it. Team 41, representing the 75th Ranger Regiment. Master's goal, be quiet. Bells beep. Hardest part about this event is those monkey bars, the horizontal bars, I mean. Team 41, inside information. First Lieutenant Johnson, Colin Johnson. First Lieutenant Patrick Sutherland, representing the 75th Ranger Regiment. Patrick Sutherland was in my PE 450 class, no big deal. I taught him all he knows on how to program fitness, I'm just saying. But no, he's an absolute stud. Great teammate. Also competed in the black and gold Sandhurst team as a cadet at the United States Military Academy at West Point. Great to see him out here getting after the best Ranger competition. Both these competitors, it's their first time. They're representing the 75th Ranger Regiment. They're currently in 9th place. They are moving. Well done. Partner there communicated, no hands, no hands. It's a great way to communicate. You got Dr. Crowder here from the Department of Physical Education. Dr. Crowder is usually the officer in charge of the black and gold Sandhurst team. Great to see him showing up, supporting as well. Notice he's talking to the Ranger instructor, making sure he knows his next path forward. Good job, Pat, keeping your hands up. Clear as day. Now they go straight. Well done. Dirty name. Dirty name because everybody loves this obstacle, especially those who are 5'8" and shorter. Get up to the first one, balance. You can use the second balance. Jump above and beyond your hip. Well done, beautiful. That was great work. That was honestly textbook right there. You want to do a dirty name right there? That's how you do it. Tunnel. You can definitely tell how teams are doing just based off of, my rate of perceived exertion. If you hear me breathing and huffing as I'm trying to catch up to teams, you know that they're going a little bit faster. Whereas I get a breath moment to kind of chill and breathe, they're probably not moving at the same rate. Inverted wall. You can either just jump up. If you don't feel the jump, you can heel hook. Either or, heel hook, a little bit less energy needed, more technique. Regardless, this gravel and these little sand pebbles gonna get you every time. So it's the preference thing. They're both doing the same thing. I like to keep my wrist from getting sandy. It's kind of silly because you have 60 miles of your body and you're soaking wet, but I just don't like that feeling of sand at the wrist, They seem to agree. Well, not Pat. Pat's totally digging his wrist in. Little sugar cookie never hurt nobody. But I don't like the sugar cookie. They're moving well. Oh, wow. Sprint there. Swing, you stop, you jump. That's the obstacle name. Swing, stop, jump. 12 things in life could be that easy. Just give me the directions. Task your standards. Let's go. Here we go. Masters, be quiet. Hold your breath. Pat was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the middle left and follow my partner. I'm not gonna do my own thing and go by my own drum here. For a second, Pat Sutherland thought like, oh, I'll do my own thing. And then he was like, nah, not worth it. And I tend to agree. Why would you rush the island hopper to have to do it a second time? Like that's wasted 10 to 15 seconds. And then you're mentally freaking out like, oh man, if I fail this obstacle, we're down by 3 minutes, so well done. Let's go, Rangers. 75th, by the way, thank you for the live feed. Way to go. Dabs, salute, dabs, salute, dabs, salute. Emojis. Love it. If you are just joining us in the live stream, we have Team 41 representing the 75th Ranger Regiment, Lieutenant Johnson Collin, Lieutenant Patrick Sutherland. Neither of them have competed before, but Patrick Sutherland was in my PE 450 class in the Department of Physical Education, United States Military Academy in West Point. Kind of feel like, I taught him on programming, but realistically, a great cadet who was motivated all 4 years, competed in the Sandhurst competition, a 9-person squad wannabe kind of best ranger, good prep for it. And then he's got his old coach here, Dr. Crowder, talking him through his energy systems and making sure he knows mentally how he has to be focused for every single event. Let's get over here to avoid this lighting. Go 41. This is the confidence climb. This one, they're gonna go all the way to the top. Most confidence climb in the Army, you're going to the second to last. This one you can go all the way to the top just because they are properly metered 4 feet apart. Generally try to keep 3 points of contact. It is definitely easier for both these competitors since they're both taller, a little bit lankier, can help for obstacles like this. You don't got that moment of no touching of anything. All right, as I look on the course, I'm looking back. I see Team 26, a 10th place team. They just made it to the Tarzan. You can see them in my shot right now. They're on the back left side in the, what is that, the background? Not the post, not the foreground, background. So that's Team 26 representing 2CR over there. And then we got obviously Team 41 representing the Ranger Regiment right here in front of us. As I look towards the towers, I see one team preparing to rappel. That is likely Team 42 representing the Ranger Regiment. "2CR, stay strong." I mean, 2CR is going to have 2 teams finish today. That's without a doubt. So impressive. Also, you saw that 2CR Team 27 jump pretty big. 26, I think they also went up like 2 spots. So good indicator of their aerobic fitness and their ability just to grind out in the woods and just go point to point to point. Last night's especially tough for land navigation compared to foot marching. Foot marching, you go fast, you're done. Fastest team, 3 hours, 38 minutes. You know, a slower team that's in the top of the pack, 4.5, 4 hours, 45 minutes. Last night, you're moving 7 hours regardless. So it's 7 hours of your own adventure, right? No bueno. Like, you think it's going to be easier, and it's fun because you're choosing your own adventure, but 7 hours? Oh, the impact on your body, 50-pound ruck, just miserable. This weaver destroys your body. Any kind of training you do this weaver, miserable. All right, here we go. We got 75th coaches right here. Pumping them up, letting them know, talking to them mentally, keeping them sharp. What's obstacle or the time gap to start the next team? Honestly, I don't think there is a condition-based start the next team. I think it is purely like, all right, next team, come set up your ropes. Your Prusik ropes are set, go. So really, it's kind of like whenever that next team is ready to rock, they're going pretty fast. Yeah, victory? Yeah, roger that. Our Facebook live feed just bounced off. It's just going to be me now here for the rest of the Warrior Training Setting obstacle course. Our other live feeder is going to jump over to Hurley Hill, where they're going to conduct the helocast and the Comet Water Survival Assessment. That way we can ensure we get the kind of top 5 teams over there. I'm going to get the rest here, and then I'm going to bounce over to the helocast to just cover that. So we're going to finish off all 16 teams here at the obstacle course. So instead of taking them to the finish like I like to do, we're going to jump to the next obstacle. Come on, Pratt! P450 right here. Let's go, baby! Good luck. Love to see it. All right, here we go. Team 26 representing 2CR. First Lieutenant John Boyle, First Lieutenant Sam Hilferty, both first-time competitors.
Go, Jack. You got it, Jack. Jack.
Team 26 right now, 11th place. If you looked at, you kind of want to know how your teams did for Nightland Navigation last night. Look at what place they were in after day stakes, right? Then look at what place they were after Nightland Navigation. If they moved up a lot, which both 2CR teams did, that tells you they probably were like top 5 in Nightland Navigation for a lot of place movements.
You got it.
Push, man.
Keep that pace up. You're almost done.
Push.
You got it, Jack.
See, he doesn't want that sugar cookie either. I'm with
Come on,
him.
Jack.
I don't want the sand in my wrist, man. It's just like one other thing I'm thinking about, and I don't like it. It's like a texture or sensory thing. Good job, Jack. He's like, nah, no sand for me either.
There you go.
Stand up. There we go.
Ironic that we're tired and 60 miles and we're destroyed and sweating, and none of us want to have sand on our wrist. Sand on the face, fine. Neck, fine. The wrist, like, come on, man. Come on, dog.
Keep it moving, man. Come on. Here we go. Last uphill.
Okay, we definitely move a little bit slower. You can feel this as we get multiple paces. Teams coming through. Great job there, though, by 26. Like, even though he might be moving slower, he knew to take the extra second to woo-saw, attack the obstacle. Because at the end of the day, as we've seen, not one team has failed an obstacle. And that's why these top 16 teams are kind of at their own tier. They're not making silly mistakes. They're not rushing. They take the tactical pause. They have composure. They focus on doing their task perfectly. That alone is going to get you to finish the best ranger competition, right? The winners are also going to be clean, but now they're going to go fast. So
There you go. Good.
this is kind of the separation you see amongst all the teams, even amongst the top 16. Look at this support from 2CR coming in. Love it. They're fired up. Let's get some shade here. Catch up on the commentary. Lifey commentary is fire emoji. Fire emoji. Let's go. Trying to gauge when Team 49 will go. Oh man, Chris Killian, I apologize. Team 49 was the second one to go. They went, if you go backwards in this live stream, I was the one to film them at the very start of this live stream. So if you want to see Team 49's full time, you're gonna have them from the start to end. And I think they ended up doing about 17 minutes, 45 seconds. And they finished right after the rope obstacle. So yeah, Team 49, if you're looking for them, go to the beginning of this YouTube live, just rewind it back a little bit, watch the first 17 minutes, see how they
Catch your
did.
breath a little bit.
They moved very well. They had no penalties. They were a little bit slower on the Prusik. I think they did the Prusik at about a minute 35, whereas Team 40, the first place team, did it in 40 seconds. Otherwise, they were clean and everything else. It's just, I think the Prusik time was the difference maker for them.
Big steps on the way down. Big steps. There you go. Big steps.
I don't know about most competitors. I usually don't get concerned about heights or anything. The only time I'm like kind of like, oh, is right here at the tough one. I'm going over the top just because you're going in that cargo net. Like if you don't get a good stirrup strap in the cargo net, you can definitely slip out. So that's the only time, like if I'm dragging, I'm gonna take a tactical second to have good placement. Yeah, so Chris, they usually go in reverse order, but again, they asked the first place team, they said, hey, what order do you wanna go? First place team requested to go first today. It's 2 years in a row now. I've not seen that ever before that. So 2 years in a row though, the first place team has requested to go first. Is that Killian, as in Robert? Yo, don't be calling out, you know, like people's burners and side accounts. Jeez. Now he's got to burn it and get another one. What the heck? I'm just kidding. He's the guy, he thinks it's short and dead. All right, on the course, we have Team 26 right in front of us. We got 42, they're over by the dirty name, and 23 representing the 101st Airborne. They just got to my left. They're on the balancing logs. Balancing logs. Oh, shoot. Oh, we got to watch this now. So our first failure we've seen. So this is Masters here, golf. As a partner, you might freak out a little bit because you fell off. It's okay. Calm yourself. You get 2 chances for free. No reason to rush yourself. This can be tough when you have people standing in front of you. It kind of throws you off a little bit. Like, I don't like people talking to me during these fine motor balance events. I need every effort to focus on what the heck I'm trying to do. This is where 23, he fell last time. Oh, calm. Yeah, nice. Don't worry about it. No. Chill. Come on. Chill. You're there. Oh, yes, well done. Ooh, sigh of relief. So that was Team 23. That's the first team competitor we've seen thus far make an oopsie. It's okay, you are authorized 2 complete attempts on an obstacle, but if you do fail 2 attempts, you get a 3-minute penalty added to your overall time. And that applies to both partners. So say both partners failed the balance beam twice, that would be 2 3-minute penalties for a total of 6 minutes added to your overall time, which is killer. These top 16 teams, they're at another level. They're not making mistakes. So your first minimum goal has to be, we're gonna do this clean, because we have a penalty, it's catastrophic. Like, we're not gonna be able to do well. And then second is, when we can run or we can Prusik or whatever the thing is that it's like a straight movement, we need to go fast. Brown deserves the win. Such a good dude. And a scroll wearer. I mean, he's an actual Ranger, right? He's not just Ranger qualified. But the boys have such a good training camp. Regiment for the 3-peat. You know what? I think you were actually correct. 75th Ranger Regiment, since we have gone down in deployments, has allowed them the ability to really focus in on being the best and showing why they are the best, even though everybody should already know it. Best Ranger competition brings it all back out, and they make it very clear between them and the use of SOC teams, there's just another tier level that it takes a lot of work to get into. 75th Ranger Regiment does a great job of coaching, focusing on nutrition, sleep, and then competing head-to-head every single day. It can be tough when you're from maybe a smaller division like 11th Airborne Division out of Alaska, where there's just maybe you and one alternate team, because now there's not many people you're constantly competing against, right? Oh, look at that gravel, just weighing them down. The sandworm, man, here at Warrior Training Center is tough. No hands here for the high step over. No hands. Ranger Regiment team is behind them. They're not going to catch them, but they're moving fast. So if you're a fan of Team 26, just know 26 is moving a little bit slower. They'll probably drop a place just after this event. Great job by the coach there. Locking them in. Yes. Staring them down. 75th, baby. Lima Foxtrot Golf. Whatever that means. Whatever that is that kids say. I'm not sure of that acronym. Wouldn't know. Low belly over. Oh, that was a good shot right there. Yep, you can touch the top. This one, just jump above. Yeah. If you can get your hip, like your belt line, over the top, you're good, fine. All right, here we go. Bounce beam. Another one that I like to quietly breathe on. Here we go. Masters Golf. Yeah. All right, they got the commando crawl. Oh, we're gonna get to the moment again where the two teams come together and they have to fight. Oh, they're gonna get to fight again. No, no fight. No fight today. No fight from them. Good work. Good work, 2-6. Good work, 2-6. You just gotta touch that black and yellow tape. That's all. That's all he's gotta do. Doesn't matter how fast or slow it is. All he's gotta do is just touch it. Just a little touch. A little tap, 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 roo. Boom, got it. Good. Now their final sprint. All right. So we're gonna go with Team 23 for a little bit here, and then we'll bounce back over to Ranger Regiment. There's only one live stream going right now.
Yeah, PJ!
Go, boys. Go, boys. Let's go.
Right now we're watching Team 23, 101st Airborne Division, Warrant Officer Colin Field, First Lieutenant Patrick Gorman, First Lieutenant Colin Field, finished in 12th place in 2017. So he hasn't competed since I think he was a staff sergeant 7 years ago. The competition in 2017 and 2024 is vastly different. Warrant Officer Field hasn't been here at the Warrior Training Center, did a lot more stuff out at Darby, but still, it shows you even with 7 years off from the competition, probably training, spectating, watching, he knew a little bit. That experience is able to propel them here where they are today, obviously in addition to having a great partner. 101st Airborne Division, another division that has a pretty solid program for training their soldiers and leaders. All right, let's jump over to the regiment team. Team 42, Staff Sergeant Brett Walker, Specialist Benjamin Hedrick, both first-time competitors. I hear that, just I feel it, 16. This is an 11th place team. Team 42 is in 11th place. Team 42. Brett Walker, Benjamin Hedrick. Notice the support here from 75th Ranger Regiment. Their coaches, their support, their teams, regardless of who you are, they are reminding you, keeping you sharp, telling you what to do, what not to do, yes. They're telling you what to hook, what not to hook. Because you're so mentally fried, because you're pushing so dang hard, you don't even know where you are sometimes. Like you lose your movement.
Go, 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 go.
Ben is freaking smoked. You couldn't even see it on the back of his neck. Just like either sunburn or kind of just higher rate of heart rate, you know? All Sergeant Hicks is looking for here is just hands, no hand placement. Listen to that mantra.
Come on, Ben.
Good job, guys. Looking good.
Good job, Brett. Good job.
The coach is relentless in the 75th Ranger Regiment. He doesn't care what you want to hear or not hear. He knows how to motivate you. He's going to treat you the exact same way, every single way, whether you're in first place or 11th place. He's going to remind you to breathe.
Come on. Let's go, run. Come on.
He knows how to modulate, coach. Now, can we center you as a competitor?
All right, up and over.
Great job.
Come on, Ben.
Notice they're doing a really good job of that first partner who's feeling much better. He's going all the way towards the front, and he's ready to start that next obstacle. That way he has minimal time wasted. I mean, you know there's Nasty Nick, baby. He's always here.
Go, Ben.
Coaching 75th, greatness.
Last obstacle. Let's go. Get on there smooth. Get on it smooth. Smooth getting on. Hook the foot and then go.
He wants smooth and fast, right? That's the saying. Slow, smooth, smooth, fast.
Push with the back.
You don't want to pull the Simkowski or Blanchard here and hurt yourself. Good, nice and easy.
Now go.
Then you can go nice and easy.
Hang the other leg.
Now you're flying. You want to hang your leg there as a counterbalance? He's telling him right now, hang his leg, hang his leg, hang his leg. Coach is telling him right now, hey, you are going to push your partner when you get off. You need to have ego at the door, leave it. Allow your partner who's feeling better, get behind your butt, push your lower back, push your butt. Yep. We have the 13th place team right here. 13th place team is Team 16, representing the 11th Airborne Infantry Division. They used to be known as 20 USARAC, so out of Alaska, but now it's just 11th Airborne Infantry Division, and they're based out of Fort Richardson, which is right near Anchorage in Alaska. Crazy thing about Team 16, there has not been an Alaska team to make it to day 2 since 2018, and that day 2 team did not finish. They finished in 22nd place, but you had to be top 16 to advance. This is the first time since at least 2007 that a team from Alaska is going to successfully complete this competition. And I mean, I don't know, but my science background and my mindset is it's because the acclimation of the climate. It takes 3 weeks to properly acclimate to whatever new environment you're in, whether it's a cold environment, whether it's a hot environment. And obviously, it's a little bit colder in Alaska, apparently, as people tell me. Haven't been yet, hear great things. And I think as a result, it's very difficult to have teams come down here for a month, acclimate, and then compete. Instead, they're usually coming down first day on a Sunday, and anything 75 degrees, 100% humidity, absolutely crushes a body. I don't care how well trained you are, because you're trained for that environment in Alaska. So it really speaks to Team 16, Alaska's training program, whatever the heck they did this year, to set them up properly for success and put them in a position where, holy crap, we have a team from Alaska finishing, which in my mind, I always wrote off the Alaska teams as a result of that climb. All right, let's get to the last bit right here for team 12th place team, team 23. 12th place team, team 23. Back at him. Once again, 101st Airborne Division, First Lieutenant Patrick Gorman, Warrant Officer 1, Colin Field. Colin Field's a previous competitor. The year 2017, placed 12th place. Competition's far different, though, from what it was in 2017 to what it is now in 2024. Well done by Warrant Officer Field.
Let's go, PJ. Get up.
Here goes PJ, as they call him.
Go. Down.
Well done. PJ earlier in the stream you saw fell off the balance beam, but on the second opportunity, took his time, got it, which is awesome to see. Yeah, great job right there telling him. You need to burn it, so take it nice and easy down, PJ. You want that other leg, it's a counterbalance, so you just put it straight down in the ground. Like point it 90 degrees to the ground. That's what balances you and keeps you going nice and straight and fast. Good for them, that's awesome. That's what makes this competition so awesome. The esprit de corps for units. Yeah, I agree. There we go, PJ. There we go, PJ. So I'm Warrant Officer Field right now. I'm getting behind PJ's butt, or his lower back, and I'm pushing him. As long as he consents, let's go. Drinking the tea, there it is. Yes, Colin is doing it. Colin is gosh darn pushing his partner all the way to the end, yes. Let's be honest. When you compete with another person, especially a best ranger team, and you are training together all the time, you absolutely know who is the faster runner, whether it's sprinting, an anaerobic energy system, or an endurance, an aerobic system, right? Like there's really very few times you and a partner are gonna be exactly the same for the mile, 10 mile, 20 mile. So one of you is gonna be the faster runner. For one of my teams that I competed, I was the faster runner. Two of them, I was not. We trained for moments like this where I would just be a little bit slower. It was okay, especially my partner feels really good. They could get behind me, push me. It would legitimately make 30 to 40 second differences on 300 to 400 meter runs, because normally I'd be going at like a 10-minute pace, but with them pushing you, push you back at that 7-minute pace. I didn't like it, but it made us faster as a team and put us better in placing. So train like that. Train to throw your ego at the door. Ego's not your amigo, just like we do in modern combatives. Let your partner push you physically, not just mentally, and let's go. Warrant Officer 1 Field, former 375 ACO, absolute animal. Yeah, when he competed in 2017, Warrant Officer Field, I believe, was Staff Sergeant. The team that he finished on in 2017 was the Ranger Regiment team as well. Yep, 2017, 12th place, 75th Ranger Regiment. I went through the Highland Hopper fast. Oh my goodness. Here we got the 11th Airborne Infantry Division, Team 16. First partner just absolutely flew through that gosh darn Highland Hopper. Let's go, Alaska. Come on, baby. Arctic Airborne. Will Swafford, looking good. Let's get a little shade for the camera. Yeah, better view. 100% correct. But here's the thing, you're not gonna be able to do it just at the competition, right? When people are watching the first time, if you're gonna train a partner physically pushing you from behind, you gotta train it. That way it becomes natural. It also leaves the ego at the door. You are a Best Ranger team. It's not an individual event. You're working together to beat everybody else. Sometimes we don't like to ask for help, get a little bit too prideful. Not in this competition if you want to win.
Got the grip strength. Don't use your feet.
Yep, Killian jumping in. So Killian's the first person I've ever seen, I think since 2011, competing for the 10th Mountain Division team. I was like, what is that competitor doing? The dude was behind his teammates, physically pushing them. I'm like, what? Is that allowed? And everyone was like, yeah, but nobody wants to do it because it's just weird. But no, if it saves you a minute or 2 minutes on an obstacle course like this, that might be 5 to 6 places you're going up. So whatever ego I have of somebody pushing me after that, I learned very quickly, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being the one that's pushing if I'm feeling better, or being pushed if I'm not feeling so hot. Team 16, 11th Airborne Infantry Division, First Lieutenant William Swafford, First Lieutenant Zebulon Morgan. Alaska has not had a team make it to day 2 since 2018. That team only made it to 22nd place, and they were cut by day 2 because you needed obviously 16 teams to advance to day 3. Since 2007, the database stuff I look at, Alaska has not had a team finish. Primary reason, got to be acclimation to weather. America needs to see this. Inspiring, impressive. The great thing is, a couple news outlets do a great job. They come out here, they post a bunch of B-roll. They do random interviews with top competitors, and they usually post it like on their Monday morning shows and that, kind of all those small clips. I think it can be tough for a live broadcast, whereas like the Masters, you know, they have 50 golfers golfing and everyone loves the Masters, and they're able to cut from every screen to each individual competitor team. It's a little bit harder out here when you got 56 teams at one time on the course, who's who, who's what, so it can be hard to follow. Very overwhelming for a new environment of people watching it. Where can I find the current leaderboard? Yep, if you go to the Facebook page of the Airborne Ranger Training Brigade, ARTB, you will see that they most recently posted the standings after Nightland Navigation. Those standings apply to where we walked into at the start of this event. So at the start of this event, those are all the placings. So we're on Team 16 right now on our live feed. 16, 15, 14, 13. They're in 13th place right now. So the team we were watching, 13th place. We're gonna have the 14th, 15th, and 16th place teams. We'll then shut down this live feed. We'll jump over to Camp Hurley Hill, and then we're gonna do the Helocast and the Combat Water Survival Assessment. I wish this was shown on Jumbotron and Times Square. That'd be pretty sick. But here's the thing, you'd have a lot of people that'd be like, who are these guys talking the entire time? What's going on? 4 hours straight of color commenting and play-by-play. Ugh. I don't know if I've emphasized this enough. Team 16 came from Anchorage, Alaska, Fort Richardson, 11th Airborne Infantry Division, Arctic Airborne. Team from Alaska has not finished since, I think, at least 2007. What is that, math-wise, 13? That's 17, are you kidding me? 17 friggin' years? You haven't had a team compete or complete and finish for the competition. And here they are, not only competing, but frickin' succeeding. They're definitely gonna be finishers today. Right now in 13th place. The fact alone that they're here doing this, gonna be finishing top 16, is incredible. I cannot overemphasize enough what Team 16 is doing right now. Yo, if I'm leadership in 11th Airborne Infantry Division, they're getting all the dabs. I'm getting them every battalion coin, brigade coin, whatever center of excellence and training thing we got out there coin. I'm getting them MSMs, like that write-up. I'm writing it up right now. I'm the company commander. I'm tickling away like, oh, here we go. I'm writing all the verbiage. I'm making it very clear. They are going to get an MSM. This is unheard of. Inspiring too, it can definitely help future teams. When you have young lieutenant teams compete and finish, that knowledge, they soak everything in, figure out what went really well for them, what not so well, and they can apply that to future training programs, right? I'll be interested to talk to them later just to kind of figure out how long it took them to acclimate, or if they even did come down here a little bit earlier. Some teams will come out 3 weeks early. That way they can run trails get used to the woods, figure out in different areas. But I mean, some teams only show up the Sunday, the week before, and then go right into competitors week, so they get zero acclimation. Obviously, that's all based off of your unit funds. That's a lot of per diem you got to pay for, a lot of hotel you're paying for, but you can make it work. When I competed in the Hawaii team, we came out, I want to say 2.5 weeks ahead of time. We got acclimated out here because the humidity is way different than Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. It was critical. All 4 of our teams finished as a result. I'm proud to say because we came out early, and it enables a ton of time to come do different obstacle courses, do land navigation, just kind of re-zone yourself with Fort Moore and refamiliarize yourself, which was huge when it came to the competition. Great job, no hands. This is the high step over. You have 3 of these. You have like the high step over, the hip, and the 6 vault. You are never allowed to use your hands on these ones except for the 6 vault because you can vault over. More vertically challenged can be relatively difficult. Same technique, they adopted it. I mean, these teams are becoming so much more professional now. Like, they're becoming legit competitors. Before, you'd have a lot of teams on the last day, like, they'd wait for their partner, and then they would go. Look at this, like, they're doing the same thing. The second partner is already at the next obstacle, and they're going. This is how you minimize time, shave seconds. Those seconds turn into minutes. Those minutes turn into new placings. Reset. What you did. So technically that was a second attempt, but he did it clean. It was a second attempt, but he did it clean. Commando crawl. The Slamkowski Blanchard special a couple years ago. They came down on this, smashed right in the middle of their groin area, and I think they made a noise that I will only describe as a yelp. Stream went viral, had like 1 million views, no big deal. Forever will be held over his head. They ended up doing great, so we can joke about it now. Let's pull into the last bit. Pull into the last bit. Pull in the last bit. Black, just gotta touch it. Later, touch the top. There it is. Well done. Let's go, Arctic. Come on, baby. Yeah, so if you're that first partner, here's the thing where it's like, just get behind your partner. You know he's a little bit slower. Push him. Like, put your gosh down, partner. All right, let's go back. So that was Arctic. We have team 30. Should be on the course. Oh, dang. I'm looking. I think it's him here on the Tarzan. I don't know if you all just saw that, but a pine cone literally almost hit the RI on top of the head. That was crazy. You'll notice less of a crowd for Team 30. They are from the 173rd Airborne. It's because they're out of Vincennes, Italy. So you're not getting many people who are flying from Italy to come watch the best ranger competition. But if you have your family members who are still living here in country, that's who you get to actually have here. Team 30, First Lieutenant Jacob Bonneman. One of my former students for the combatives class in the PE 360. Taught him everything he knows amongst the Modern Army Combatives program. Just a little self-plug there. And then First Lieutenant Nicholas Cephalou. Both first-time competitors, currently in 14th place. Clean Tarzan, looking good. All right, I'm gonna be a little bit biased here, so just give me a sec. There we go, Bonneman. Dig down deep, one obstacle at a time. That's what you train for. Think of all those P360 lessons, beating the crap out of each other. Clean. All right, I'll put my unbiased hat back on. That was the belly buster. Here we go, inverted climb. But seriously, plug. Modern Army Combatives program. Outstanding freaking program that puts you in the warrior spirit, pushes you beyond your limits, teaches you to fight and win. You ain't doing it in your unit, you ain't doing it right. Ooh, nice little roll there. Okay. I see you. I see you, Nicholas Cephalou. Are you kidding me? Little combat roll post reverse climb. That's what I'm talking about, big dog. Oh, he's gonna roll too? Okay, okay. He's being clearly perfect. Jacob Moneman's leaving no error there. Made it very clear that he's doing it absolutely right.
Hey, Chris.
It's called the hip hip. This is a no hands event, just nice and easy, getting over. Bombman and Cephalou are looking perfect. Love the clean run that they're performing right now. That's what it's all about, clean. Once you go clean, no obstacles fail, that's when you can go fast. It's part of the day 3 competition. You're thinking, what the heck am I still doing here? Well, you signed up for it. Your goal is to keep doing each individual event one at a time, make yourself better. Let's try to gain a place or two. Look at Jacob Bonneman throwing up that full hip. IT bands are on fire right now. He don't care though, because he's ready to go to the dirty name next. That's what he's doing with his head right now. Clearing his out, focusing on the dirty name. Here we go, baby. Them hip flexors, I'm telling you, dude, you don't know until you know. My 30-year competing, Mark Gaudette behind me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, my hips. He's like, I don't care. Just pushing me through it. And he's right, like, your body can handle it. That's the crazy thing about this competition. You learn. You're like, geez, you think you're done after 44 miles and you got like 20 to go? Your body can keep going. As long as you're fueled up, you're hydrated, you got fuels in you, you're good. Your body knows what to do. All right, bottom. Yep. Yeah, here's where it's tricky. Here's where it gets tricky. You gotta be able to, so he has no hip flexor movement right now. He's gonna get, he's double kneeing. That's harder than kneecaps. Yeah, that's harder than kneecaps. Oh, well done. That was huge right there. Stepping up. Are you kidding me? He's allowed to touch the top. Oh, that was the hard part. Now he needs to jump his hip above the top, which he did. Well done. Oh, and air caught. Oh, no.
Time.
So they do. This is a very rare moment in time where we have our 25th ID team actually catch them. 25th ID team behind them caught up to him. So that's a good indicator that 30 is moving a little bit slower. 25th ID team is moving pretty fast. They're cooking. We'll follow along with Team 18. We're gonna watch 30 actually, so you can get a second attempt, and then we're gonna jump forward to Team 18. So the next couple obstacles are relatively simple. It's gonna be critical here. This is that break or make moment in your head. You may take last in this event, I don't care. I'm gonna get a freaking clean run out of you right now in the dirty name. It's like Tin Cup, the movie Tin Cup, when he hits the ball like 12 times. Shoot, gosh dang it, so that is a failure. That'll be 3 minutes added to your final time. That occurs, I'll probably push them in last place for this event. That's all right though. Hey, move on. Short memory, let's go, Jake.
Let's go, Cap.
All right, we'll jump forward to Team 18. Team 18 is your 15th place team. So in Team 18 guys, they're happy there because they know they just caught up a team in front of them. So at a minimum, they know they're gonna beat them. This is Captain Nicholas Yancey, First Lieutenant Anthony Capobianco. Both have never competed before, but they come from a strong 25th Infantry Division with a long heritage and history of doing quite well at the Best Ranger competition. Great training programs. You can see right there, the dude in the blue denim, whatever the heck that is, a 2-time competitor as well, Camarillo. So a lot of experience. It continues to be passed down year to year. And as a result, the unit does well.
You got it. Keep breathing.
One of my former 2012 partners, Major Phil Couts, no big deal, also 25th ID. Look at us, all here together. 2012, getting after it, watching 25th ID do it. 12 years ago, let's go. What? All right, I'll see you later. Yeah, great to see you too. Miss you, love you, bye. How's 41 doing? Oof. 41, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Team 41's ninth place. I should have known that one. First Lieutenant Johnson Collin, Patrick Sutherland, my P450 class, no big deal. They were in ninth place. They were actually moving very well on this obstacle course when we followed them. They're in this live stream. So if you want to see how Team 41 did on this obstacle course, we caught them, I think, at the halfway point and then took them to the finish. Oh, shoot, I forgot to mention. Another 2012 25th ID competitor, Major Andrew Batul. And you got Major Couch. Oh, shoot, you got all this still in the house representing 25th, baby. So the cool thing about this competition, I mean, most officers move every 2 to 3 years, but non-commissioned officers stay in a little bit longer units. Oh, shoot, we got a failure. Let's focus on this. Don't rush now. Get 2 attempts. Take your time. Take your time. Pucker up. Do it right. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Nailed it. Good job. So a second attempt did a great job. No penalty needed there. That's what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you push yourself a little bit too fast on a fine motor movement event like the Island Hopper, and you can push yourself accidentally into a 3-minute penalty. So precise movement, things like that, the balance beam or log jumpers or even the Island Hopper, I'm gonna take an extra second, mentally clear my space in my head, do it right. There's no reason to rush through it just to have a failure with the possibility of getting an additional 3-minute penalty added. That's killer. As you've seen, we've only seen one team now in Team 30 failing an obstacle. That's one team that had 3 minutes added to their overall time. Only one out of the top 16. So you have to be clean every time. Appreciate you, bud. Who you calling Bud, Chief? Who got hurt on Team 37? We got her on Team 37, so First Class Whitney was my RI. Sorry to tell you, bad news. Sergeant First Class Whitney posted this live on his Facebook. It was Sergeant First Class Whitney who got hurt, right? Sergeant First Class Whitney, loved him to death. Competed 2 years ago, 8th place, last year 6th place. This was his year, like he was going to win. He's a competitor's competitor because he'll send you his times, his videos, his tricks, because he wants to see you at your finest moment. Because when he beats you, he's going to know, yeah, I beat the best of you. Not just like the guy who doesn't know how to do the cargo net properly, whatever. So Sergeant Whitney went over the second wall during our live stream yesterday during day 6 of the very first event. And he like stepped on the sandbag that's placed there to keep the wall in place. He twisted his knee a little bit, got up, went to the tire to flip a tire, and he could not stand on his knee. And in the end, he tore his MCL and his meniscus. So Sergeant Whitney's third and final time in the competition, even though he was in second place, apparently only about 10 points behind the first place team, so well within striking range, tore his meniscus and his MCL and is out. Since I've been around this competition in 2012, I've never seen a top team have a catastrophic injury where they're pulled from the competition. So it's truly heartbreaking as a competitor, as a coach, as a live streamer, to see something like that, especially with the new rule of that started in 2017, 3 times, and that's all you can do. Just because it's gonna be a bittersweet moment. He didn't have that chance, he doesn't know. But that's all right for him. This is just the beginning of his journey. He's gonna be a great coach, a great spectator, maybe even a future great live streamer if he'll be willing to come out with me. We'll see though. Oh, the jump. This is tough when you are the short. Very, very few times as a taller person where it hasn't benefited me. This is another great example. If you're a shorter competitor, it is hard when you go on that high confidence climb because you got to do sometimes where you lose all 4 points of contact and you're doing a dynamic jump to the next height. So he's doing great. Capobianco right now is the one that's going down. His coach is telling him, drop, drop. Right now as a competitor, you're like, dude, I know, man, like, I'm trying, like, give me a break. But the coach is like, I know you might be mad at me right now, but by me yelling at you and reminding you to go and move, this might help you jump up a place or 2. Man, he was such a dope RI, made Darby a little bit more bearable. You know what is great about Ranger School? is sometimes I think ahead of time, youth ranger instructors have no personality. They're people too. They put their pants on, right? Just like you and I. And, you know, a lot of ranger instructors really are focused on making the best rangers out there, future ranger leaders. It's cool to hear you have a guy like Sergeant Whitney, who's not only an outstanding competitor in the best ranger competition, but he's that bearable and dope RI you can remember. But remember, ranger school still is extremely difficult, regardless whether you got the dope RI or not. I'm not your chief, friend. Who you calling chief, guy? Capo Bianco is freaking gassed. Gassed right now. Coach, that's Cam Morello, two-time competitor, two-time finisher. Tell him to hook, plant. Hook, plant. If you join us later in the stream, just a reminder, these are the wooden blocked weavers. They are miserable on your body. Like when you go to hook, imagine those splinters, that paint chip right into your armpit, into your knees, your knee notches. Freaking sucks. Out of all the events training up for the best ranger competition, nothing really bruises you except for the weaver. One reason I would hate practicing it, even though you have to get that rhythm to flow. Perfect practice makes perfect. Doesn't matter, you're gonna get all the bruises regardless. So you ever want to get beat up a little bit, toughen yourself, come to the weaver. You get all the bruises. Don't worry about it. All right, uphill's the hardest part for sure. Downhills, it's a little bit easier, but you still got to deal with all the hooking. Avoid your calf hitting the next one, like you're in UFC kicking a body. Yeah, now you got gravity helping you out. Hard part's over. So it shows your teammate team was moving pretty fast and cooking, fast enough that they were able to pass 30. But at this point, Capo is Dunsky. Like he is fried. Fried. Like we're at walking pace right now. This is a high step over, no hands. Yep, that's what you gotta do. You have to throw your leg over, sit on it, hook. Look at this 25th ID right here. This is what's up to my 25th ID. Not just Beach Bros. Lightning Warriors. All former competitors right there in that shot. That's that legacy of the best rated competition. You don't know until you get here and see it. It's awesome. And even compete. I see 2012, I see 2023, 22, I see a 20 competitor, or no, 19 competitor. Love to see it all in the same shot. I'm gonna frame this in the Louvre right here. 25th ID, Team 19, right? Correction, Team 18. 25th had 3 teams on the cusp last night. Only 1 team made it out of the 3, and that's Team 18. The 2 other teams, the 25th ID, were cut after Nightland Ave. This is the low belly over. Always funny moments in the competition when you have fresh people telling you to explode. Mentally, you're just like, please stop. But you need it. All right, here we go. Masters, quiet down. Let him focus on his balance beam.
Here we go, Cap.
Oh, straight up boss there. I don't even see any kind of, no concern. Oh my goodness. He tacked that like nothing, like butter. This is Team 18, 15th place. Based off of them being faster than 30, they'll at least jump up to 14th place after this event.
Good job, good job. Nice, nice. Good form, good form. Keep that up, all the way up, Cap.
1, 2, 3. Boom, got it. Done. So now they're going to run together. Once again, if you're that slower partner, get behind your slower partner. Frickin' push them. Let's go. You only get to compete in the best ranger competition 3 times now, right? You got to take advantage and relish every single second you get here. You don't want to ever think back on this like, oh man, we could have done a little bit better on X, Y, Z. All right, we're turning back to the 14th place team. That is Team 30, representing the 173rd Airborne out of Vicenza, Italy. Everyone's favorite duty station that they all want to have. Quick funny story. I was at the maneuver captain's career course, and 173rd had 5 openings for captains. Unheard of. Never happens. It was my class. And then, like, you know, half your class doesn't want to go overseas because it's just like, I have family here and I want to, my wife and I, let's go. However, based off of there being too many Ranger qualified people at the 173rd, you know, the Army wants to spread the wealth of Rangers. You can't just have it all in one unit unless, especially like Ranger Regiment or Special Forces. 5 of the captains, 4 of them had to be non-Ranger qualified. Who would have thought? The one time you should have easily gotten something, it was a no-go because you had your Ranger tab. So we did not get 173rd, but it still worked out great. Don't you broadcast the 3-gun? Well, as we now learn, there are clear policies within YouTube. YouTube live policy, live. So once again, if I'm streaming live, you are never allowed to show any kind of weapon, whether it's being transported, carried, shot, doesn't matter, period, you get shut down. So we were actually banned for about a 24-hour period while we went through the AI generation chatbot to be re-turned on. So we are not allowed to live stream the grueling range, the shooting part. But what we did instead is we're using Instagram. If you want to see what's going on in grueling, we film on Instagram and then we publish it after the fact. That way we're following all policies and guidelines from YouTube, Meta, other platforms and that. So hard lesson learned on day 1 of streaming, especially because we did it last year and we had no issues. But I think because the artificial intelligence machines are just getting that much better, all of that gun noise and sounds picked it up and then put us on a 24-hour freeze. This policy has been in effect apparently since 2018. I failed to look at it. I just assumed we were good. Don't assume, right? And as a result, we were shut down for 24 hours. We had to push over to Facebook Live. So that's why we are not live streaming via YouTube grueling range. But great point. All right, this is Team 30 here. 14th place team. Jake Bonneman. He's got that look in him right now. That is, what the heck is going on? Why am I here? Of all the different things in my life, I can tell you the 3 worst nights of my life, physically, mentally, were the tactical night land navigation. When you have 7 hours to move however you want, it ends up being about 22 to 26 miles on your own through the woods, no trails of your own. It is absolutely miserable. So Jake had the opportunity to put that on his body, along with his partner, Nick Cefalu, and he has now learned how miserable a night can get in your entire life. Which here's why that's great. When you go through that as a non-commissioned officer, soldier, officer, you now know what good training looks like. You know the limitations set to your body. And as long as you do everything safely, you have the proper hydration set, ice sheets, things to prevent injury, we can push beyond our limits. And this is what makes our Army so great, is that we do this, push ourselves, make ourselves better. And that's how we fight harder, faster, and stronger than every other soldier, ranger, and every other unit. Can someone get the standings? Yes, standings are at Facebook Live, Airborne Ranger Training Brigade site. You're only going to see the standings for completion through night land navigation. Currently, we still have 2 teams on the course here at the obstacle course. They're not going to publish those numbers until this event is complete. So they'll be able to tell you what's going on post this. YouTube is known for bad communication. Yeah, I think you just add the fact that the AI machine like clearly caught us having rounds in the background being shot. I get it, but now I know. Now I know for all future things, we'll be better about it. Years to come, we will ensure no weaponry at all in any of our streams. Or we could film something after and you just see it like 30 minutes later. I don't know. How about the 1 year land nav was at Dahlonega? Dude, they did it 2 years in a row. Also miserable. Now, the one difference was they did allow you to use trails, so a little bit more manageable, but you can walk on the trails. But last night's especially tough. These last 2 years have been tough because you're not allowed at all, period, to walk on a road or trail. It must be 90-degree crossing, and you must be more than 100 meters away. So if you want to truly do well on nightland navigation here at the Best Ranger competition, a perfect idea is to dead reckon to every point, because at the end of the day, that's how many points you're going to get. It'd be annoying because you're going to be up, down, left, right, and not efficient. But if you're walking for 7 hours, you're not going to be walking efficiently for 7 hours. So just dead reckon those 7 hours. I would never dead reckon it otherwise. But for this competition, that event, I would. It makes a lot of sense.
Got it, Jake? Got it.
All right, bias hat off. Let's go, Jake Bonman. Come on, baby.
Almost done.
Yep. 6 more pulls. 5 more pulls. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Done. Look at that. So I'm talking about slow and steady. Take it easy. Let's go. All right. Unbiased hat. Back on. Sorry. I just want to comment there. How about that? Knew exactly how many pulls. No big deal. It's like we've done this before. All right. This is our last team. Team 2. 1st Cav Division. Lieutenant James Toths. 1st Lieutenant Joseph Groton. Currently in 16th place. They will be a finishing team this year. Joseph Groton was a competitor last year. I believe he also did finish. So once again, another team who had experience from last year, here again this year, gonna finish again. That experience goes great. Lieutenant James Toth has not competed before, but obviously great partner. Ranger class 795, baby. 9'5". I think I was 8 years old. I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm actually telling the truth. That's awesome, though. It connects all of us, this Ranger School stuff. Doesn't matter what class you're in. You've all been through the same suck. Might be a little bit different, but it's the same suck. Good job, Belly Buster. So right now, your team 2, you are just grinding. Most of your team 2, and you have a coach here, your coach is telling you, hey, yo, you need to be clean. Just be perfect. Even though you're walking a little bit, be clean. If you're gonna be clean, you might be better than a team or 2, right? That might be enough to put you from 16th to 14th place. Working in reality here. How about the 1 year land with Dahlonega? Fort Moore is fairly difficult land nav course. Yeah, you know what makes Fort Moore such a difficult land nav course? Out in the Red Diamond, so it's Red Diamond area. Basically, your left limit is Red Diamond Road. Your top limit is Buena Vista Road. Your north limit, that is your Buena Vista Road. Your east limit is whatever that highway is, and your south limit is Camp Darby. The difficulty of it is you get places like Hollica Creek, Cyclone Road, other spots. There's a lot more terrain out there, especially in like a flatter state than you would imagine. So that's what makes Fort Moore especially difficult. And then when you add the fact, like in years past when I competed, like we were allowed to use the roads. Like, hey, you want to use the roads, railroad tracks, whatever, go for it. Good luck. And you get a lot of miles in on you. But now you add the complication of, oh, by the way, you cannot use any trails or roads that a vehicle can traffic on. Yeah, that means you're going to be hoofing it through the wood line. And that is nasty. Team 2, 1st Cav Division, baby. That's 1st Lieutenant James or Jim Toth. Just finished right there. We got 1st Lieutenant Joseph Groton in front. He's the individual who's competed before and finished before for 1st Cavalry Division. 1st Cavs had some dogs in the past compete. Great to see him here in 16th place, guaranteed way to finish. Realistically, if you're gonna move up at all on the last day, you can only move up about 2 places. You can only move down about 2 places. Now they're like, he used his hand, but it's fine. It wasn't like he was using it to elevate over the hip. He was just using it to balance. That's fine. What they don't want you to do is using the hand to jump over, right? So totally within the spirit of the rule. No big deal there. I would tell you if I was concerned about something. Doot, 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 doot. It is grind. Listen to this. Listen to those rocks. Every step, your foot's going down about the entire sole. So it is literally a sole sucker. You see what I did there? Sole your foot, sole of your body. Yeah, that's what these pebbles do here. They're nasty. All right, dirty name. Let's do it right. This is the one obstacle we saw at Team 30, Jacob Bonneman fail. Otherwise, every team has been clean at top still. Shoot, quiet down now. I just jinxed it. Good recovery. Okay. Come on, Groton. Get your butt over there. There we go, Groton. Let's go, Joe. Let's go. Okay, there you go. James, Jimmy Toth. Hooked his leg. Now, this is weird. Your hip flexors are not working. Your hip flexors are not working like you used to when you train. When you trained, you could do that. You could hook your leg over and go over top. Now you're realizing, like, shoot, I need to get my whole knee over. Yeah, it's grinding your kneecap. Your kneecaps, oh, fudge. Okay, so that's a second failure for team number 2. As a result, that will be 3 minutes added to their overall time. So we only had top 16 teams, 2 failures. Team 30, Team 2. So now your Team 30, you don't know this, but you are hoping that Team 2 is moving a little bit slower, because then you took 15th place on the obstacle course, and then Team 2 took 16th place. But this is often what happens in the competition, is you're competing to your, like, where you are in your placing. You're not going to have the 16th place team all of a sudden just run and be in first place. Like, your body is beat, and you're competing kind of at your placing level. Airborne Ranger Training Brigade does a great job of making this competition fair. And when you see those places at the end of the day, you know that, yeah, those are rocking great. Only hands can touch. You can't use your hips to jump over it. So Groton had to do a second iteration there due to his hips touching. You know, that is, here's the other thing too. When you are moving at kind of a slower pace, like a nice walk and trail pace here, what ends up happening is it's very easy to tell any kind of minor mistake or really rule you're breaking by accident on an obstacle. Whereas when you are flying, like the ranger instructor is focused on like getting you to the next event. So sometimes they might miss something very simple like that, like, oh, my hip accidentally touched the log as I went over, right? Yeah, when you go slower and you're walking, he sees every single thing. Team 2, 1st Cav Division. 1st Lieutenant, Joe Groton. 1st Lieutenant, James Toth, Jimmy Toth. Competing. 1st Cavalry Division. Currently in 16th place with only 16 teams left in the Best Ranger competition. 40th Annual Lieutenant General, retired David E. Grange Jr., Best Ranger competition. All those months, blood, sweat, tears, mornings, rehab sessions, getting us right here, wherever we want to be. We got this event, curling range, helocast, combat water survival assessment, and then the final buddy run. Think anyone will put on a show in the CWST for us? Rolfies may have had the best performance. Well, let me back that up. So you got Rolfies, who's got a great performance for sure. I'll give that to him. You got Whitney. Actually, Whitney's pretty darn good. Sadly, he's not gonna be able to do that this year. But let me remind you, 2013, 2015, Major Casey Mills, USASOC team. They know him as the Flying Squirrel. Oh my goodness, that man, currently here at the Army Marksmanship Unit at Fort Moore, he has the ability to sprint down the balance beam. He doesn't do the under rope thing. He jumps from the balance beam to the rope like a flying squirrel and then commando crawls to the range tab. That's your true show and the best show I've seen yet of the CWSA. If you're looking for the top 4 teams, you can bounce over to the Facebook live stream. Blaine Reeves, winner of the 1993 competition, he's currently there right now. I have not heard any helicopters. Doesn't mean that they haven't started the helocast. What we're going to do is Blaine Reeves is going to be locked in the CWSA, walking you through all teams on the CWSA. I'm going to be underneath the tower where they zipline from, and I'm going to be locked in on the helocast. So once again, first place team will hit the water first, and second and third and fourth, and so on and so forth. So we'll be bringing you all the action. And then obviously after we're done with the CWSA and the, what's it called? Zipline, we'll pop over to the start point for the buddy run. I think we got a gator secured, so we'll be able to get the front line of the run, and we'll be able to get the rear runners as well. So we can get you the whole final run. And then you as the spectators can jump over to the third live stream we'll have, which will just be the finish line. That way you can watch your favorite team finishing. 2 is done. Whew. Mentally, physically, morally straight. That's what they're doing right now, and they're getting it. Oh, dang it. All right, so that's the second 3-minute penalty. So here's the thing. You get 6 minutes penalty. You're moving slowly. You know mentally, all right, we took 16th place in this event. Honestly, at this point, this event's a wash for us. We literally can walk it at this point and just keep our heart rates down. Try to shoot as straight as we can at curling. Probably swim. I mean, if we're not feeling good swimming, maybe run the CWSA as fast as we can. And that's about it. At this point, we are just trying to finish healthy, be done with the competition, have memories, look back on live streams, remember exactly what you're feeling in that moment of just complete exhaustion, because this is it right here. Groton's second time competing. 2-time finisher. It is extremely hard to be a 1-time finisher, a 2-time finisher, I don't care. To finish this damn competition takes guts, takes the ability. Not only go to Ranger School, come out here, test yourself against the best. Major props. Big enough gap between first and second, so maybe they'll show some shenanigans when they do the CWSA. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm doing the same thing as them. That's a good call. Honestly, if you're team 2, you know you've taken enough penalties that you might just bypass every single obstacle. Every obstacle you choose not to do is a 10-minute penalty per partner, but here at this point, because they know they can't advance above a placing, it's not quitting. It's really a gamism aspect of, are we gonna waste all of our time and effort if we're not gonna gain anything here? Like, we're gonna take 16th place whether we sprint from here on out. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get through it, do the stuff that maybe doesn't absolutely grind and kill our bodies or possibly puts us at risk for injury, and then we're going to think about the next event. It's also tough when you are the 16th place team, because like there's a lack of energy. Ranger recycles are packing up all the pickets and the fences, and all the equipment's being shut down. The only people you have here is maybe your mom and dad. I'm looking around, literally, I see a mom and dad. Mom and dad probably didn't serve in the military, so like they're not really sure what's going on. They're just in awe of their kids getting after it. And so then you just kind of go in your dark place and just grind through it. And that's what Team 2 is doing right now. I have heard that though. I don't actually get the ability to see what each event is weighed, nor do I get to see what the points are. But last night in a donor function, it sounded like the team that's currently in first place, Team 40 representing the 75th, has a very wide margin. I don't know what that means, but when I hear that, when somebody says they have a wide margin, that means basically first place team cannot lose unless they take bottom 10 in every event today. just watching the first place team flying this morning, they did not take bottom 10 for this event. They're probably going to do fairly well at curling because they shoot all the time here. They're probably going to do excellent at the helo cast. So that would give them actual buffer room and time to be ridiculous in the CWSA and do like a hero moment. So where you just send it and try to do something cool like the flying squirrel, where you jump from the balance beam to the rope. If it doesn't work, you miss, you hit the water, you go back again, whatever. You take last in that event, it's not going to be killer. But it'd be cool. It'd be pretty darn cool if you're watching from the stands. Still haven't heard the helicopters, but surely by now they're getting ready to rock. It is 10:30 in the morning here at the beautiful Fort Moore. So I'm assuming at this point you're gonna have helicopters here going pretty soon. I'm gonna get our little Wi-Fi box, big plug, 4K Solutions MKB. They've been the ones that have given us this awesome Wi-Fi ability to broadcast, this awesome 25-pound tough box that enables us to have great Wi-Fi connection, almost like a hotspot for your phone, but bigger range. It's had its great connection resolution compared to years past. I'll bounce over underneath the tower and get all the helo casts. So I'll probably miss the first two teams, but I'll get third place through 16th. At this point, everyone is combat ineffective. Rest well teams. You'd be surprised, Seth, like the top 4 teams are moving as if they're on day one. Especially when you're here in person, you're like, oh my gosh. Or you'll even see during the final run, we're running with them, like you'll hear me breathing. Like we'll be at a 6:30 pace. And I'm like, damn, like they're at a 6:30 pace right now for per mile after they have 60, 2+ miles on their body. In boots, in 45 to 50 pound ruck, only eating up to 5 Murrays, so 2,000 calories per Murray. It's a gosh darn grind. But yes, the more the teams that are like 16th to 14th or maybe even 13th, like you are just functionally trying to get through every step of whatever event you're in. All right, I gotta remember 2 things. I gotta remember to get my coat. I dropped it up ahead at the easy bouncer. I see it. I gotta get that sucker because I'm gonna lose that if I don't. And I need to remember the Wi-Fi box. Okay, I'm looking. I'm seeing. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, I'm gonna do a little. Tripod stander here. I'm gonna ban the stream for a second as I go get the Wi-Fi box.
I would have 100% come this year, but recently in Florida in January and stuff.
Back. All right. Great job, too. Sir, I've not heard that word recycle in a long time. I recycled on the 12-foot platform at jump school, then the 75th, no recycle. Class 0181. I'll tell you what, you learn about a person's character when they're given a recycle at Ranger School, really any course, and that person's like, okay, yeah, I made errors or whatever things I need to correct, I'll correct them, I'll take the recycle. It can be extremely disheartening when you put your effort and work into training for something like Ranger School, Airborne School, whatever, and you recycle, which means you have to restart either a phase or the whole thing. Demoralization. But if you have that resiliency, that resolve, them guts, you're able to shake it off, maybe acknowledge maybe some of the stuff was your fault that you could do better, you're gonna be fine. Some of the best Ranger qualified people I know in the Army were, guess what, 1, 2, 3-time recycles because they had to do it 90 more days than I did. And as a result, every minor task that they had to do over and over, they are far better than any of us ever will be, just because of that tough word, recycle. These Ranger recycles here are on a sometimes 2 to 6 week break waiting for Best Ranger. And I tell them every time I see them, like, guys, like, it sucks right now because you're doing all the pickets and all the stuff and nobody likes you. But here's the thing, this work you're putting in now, the ability to stay here as a recycle, it's gonna pay you dividends when you go to graduate Ranger school. Here we go, first cat, babe. Last 2, taking off the bias at this point. Steady, nice and easy on the easy balance. Checked and check. Remember the old jacket and the Wi-Fi box. Let's go. All right, once we get them off the commando crawl, probably read that last comment or 2. Then I'll shut down the stream. I'm gonna head over to the Hurley Hill to get under the tower so we can get the helocast going. I've been watching for years, and it just occurred to me to ask if the students in the gulag out there doing the cleanup. Yeah, they don't just do the cleanup. All the Ranger recyclers here are the ones who set up every picket fence, every yellow rope, repaint everything, anything and everything you can imagine. Moving equipment, picking up equipment, setting up equipment. The Ranger recycles during the best Ranger break is one of the hardest things to do because you're gonna be on a 3 to 6 week recycle, going to the cafeteria 3 meals a day, Ranger Creed, 6 chin-ups, everything the same. You're doing your foom boards, order of movement. You're doing Ranger school classes every single day for 6 to 3 weeks. And you're not even advancing forward, right? So it's extremely different. Very difficult. That extra 7 days recycle, the killer on the mind. Yeah, so 7 days, these guys got 3 to 6 weeks waiting for this competition to be over and then that class to start. All right, always remind us, remember why you are here. Remove this patrol cap. Ranger tab underneath. Yeah, they call it the drive on tab. I like that. All right, so that's team 2. Look at that. Team 2's got guts right now, finishing off, and they're gonna sprint off that last little bit. So here's what's up next. All teams are done. All 16 teams are done with this. You're gonna likely see standings posted with how these teams did based off after this event, probably next 30 minutes on the Airborne Ranger Training Brigade competition site. And then from there, we have one live stream right now that is on Facebook Live. Facebook Live is going to show you probably the first helocast, the top 2 teams, right into the combat water survival assessment. I'm going to shut down this stream. I'm going to pop over to Hurley Hill. I'll get underneath the tower. That way we can actually see the helocast the entire time. Once again, I'll just try to communicate what team's flying in. We'll get their times of how they're swimming / bringing out the poncho ref, and that'll be it. Rangers lead the way. We'll see you in let's give it, 15 minutes. I think it's going to take me. You know what, actually, we probably should make this the best rounding competition. Somebody needs to time me and tell me when. So, see you guys later.